Hey friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Kaylee and this is Foodie Friday. So this week I'm not in my normal little spot where I film this. I just am honestly doing this intro very quickly because my life has literally become just this constant whirlwind of just stuff I have to do. So I've been, starting a new vlog series, which will be airing on a Monday. So if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss this. I'm really excited. I'm going to be sharing a new phase of life. So as you guys know, I am a new mom. I'm about 6 months into motherhood, loving every second of it. But I just kind of put a lot of my health goals on hold just because I feel like as a new mom, I ended up dismissing my goals and my dreams for myself. So I'm not gonna let that be an excuse. Like, I can still be an awesome mom and reach these goals. So if you're wanting to be inspired and watch my transformation journey and get more details on that, be sure to tune in this Monday for a brand new revamped episode of the Fit Mom Files. All right, advertisement over. So let's get into this week's recipe. Today, I'm going to be sharing a super awesome recipe that I honestly just kind of whipped up in my kitchen. It was one of those things that I had a crap ton of bananas in my freezer. Like, my freezer was running out of room, so I had to get rid of some of these bananas. And so I was like, okay, I need to figure out something to make. So I really love banana bread, but I feel like I make that all the time. And so I wanted to try something new. And it was National Coffee Day, or National Coffee Cake Day, I think, the day that I decided to do this. So I was like, let's get coffee cake and banana bread to like make a baby, and that's how this recipe was created. So I'm really excited to share this with you. So as usual, this recipe is created with healthier ingredients that you can feel good about eating. This recipe is paleo friendly, it is grain free, and I've created two versions. So one version is paleo and grain free, so I'm using almond flour and tapioca flour, and then I created another gluten-free version using oat flour because I do have some friends on here that are highly allergic to nuts. My mom is super allergic to nuts, so I wanted to create this recipe so it can suit both dietary needs. So we're not going to ramble anymore, and we are going to get into this week's recipe video. So let's go. So in today's recipe, I'm using 2 frozen bananas that I just defrosted in my microwave really quickly, but it truly doesn't matter if you use frozen or fresh bananas. But we're going to start this out with 2 bananas that I defrosted in my microwave, and we're going to mash these up. I'm just using a hand mixer. You can use a fork, whatever your preferred method is to mash these up. But we're going to get them good and squished, and then we're going to add the rest of our wet ingredients. So we're going to have 1/3 cup of melted coconut oil. Be sure that this is melted, that's key. And then we're going to be using 1/2 cup of coconut cream. Basically, if you get a can of full fat coconut milk, you can scoop off the top of that because it separates from the water, and that's your coconut cream. And then we're going to be adding in 1 large egg, room temperature. So once you get all of your wet ingredients into your bowl, we're going to just mix this up with our mixer. You can also use a whisk if you don't have a hand mixer, so either way. And then we're going to be adding our dry ingredients. So for our dry ingredients, we just have 2/3 cup of coconut sugar. Once you add this to your bowl, you're going to just go ahead and mix this together with your wet ingredients before adding your dry. This will just keep any lumps from occurring in your batter. Once your coconut sugar is well incorporated, we'll add the remainder of our dry ingredients. So we're going to add 2/3 cup of tapioca flour, as well as 1 cup of almond flour. And then we do have a mix of baking powder and baking soda, and you'll just add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. One recipe note I would like to make is that if you are nut free, you can replace the tapioca and almond flour with 1 and 1/2 cups of oat flour. This will still make a super delicious moist cake recipe, so definitely try that out. Now that our batter is made, it's time to make our cinnamon swirl filling. So we're just going to be using 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and we'll just take a fork and lightly whisk these together until they are well combined. Now that our batter is made and our cinnamon sugar filling has been put together, it's time to make the crumble topping, which is the best part of a coffee cake in my opinion. So we're just going to be combining 1 cup of almond flour along with another 1/2 cup of tapioca flour. You can replace both of these with equal parts of oat flour if you are nut free. And then we're going to be adding more coconut sugar. We're going to be using 1/2 cup of coconut sugar for our topping. And then we have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. You can also add in some nutmeg if that's something you would prefer, but we're going to whisk our dry ingredients together with a fork. And then we will be adding our only wet ingredient, which is 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil. Once all of your crumb topping ingredients are in your bowl, you can just use your fork and whisk these together. I'll be honest, I feel like the fork was taking forever, so I decided to get down and dirty with it and use my hands to make this crumble. Basically, you'll know it's ready to go when you don't have very much dry ingredients left. Everything's gonna kind of come together and be crumbly with that coconut oil. But once this is all ready, we can assemble our coffee cake. To assemble our coffee cake, we're just going to add 2/3 of our batter into an 8x8 baking dish that's been lined with parchment paper. This just makes for easy cleanup and keeps your coffee cake from sticking inside of your baking dish. So smooth that around with your spatula, and then we will add that cinnamon sugar filling to the top of this. This you will not need to swirl, just kind of add it in an even layer on the middle. Once your cinnamon sugar filling has been spread evenly over your batter that you've already poured, we're gonna just take the remainder of our banana bread coffee cake batter and pour this on top as evenly as possible. And once all of the batter has been poured out, we're going to add our crumb topping. The final step before putting our banana bread coffee cake into the oven is to add that crumb topping on top. So it's going to seem like a lot, but you're going to want a generous amount of this. So evenly spread it across the top of your coffee cake. Use every little bit of it. I promise you, it is the best part of the cake. And once you have it all on top of your coffee cake, we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 degrees for 45 minutes to an hour, or until the center comes out clean with a toothpick. Had a quick wardrobe change, life with a baby. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this week's recipe. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel so you never miss an upload. I look forward to getting together next week where we cook another nutritious and delicious dish. All right, you guys, see you next time.